Hello, 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 and greetings, adventurers of Vera. Welcome to Tavern Talk at the Golden Feather Tavern. We are Virtek and Chibi, keepers of this fine establishment, and the Golden Feather Tavern is open to all travelers to come and share their thoughts on the inner workings of Vera over a nice tankard of ale, mead, hot chocolate, or other delicious beverage of choice. So raise your glass, pull up a chair, as we dive into tonight's discussions. Today is the 3rd of May, 2024. We are on episode 15, discussing Midnight Magic. I almost said madness.
You did almost say madness.
It was right there. It was right there. So, Chibi, what do we have on tap today?
So, for those of you that caught our live or maybe didn't catch our live with Ezekiel King, we discussed the main parts of the dev stream for Midnight Magic. And tonight we're going to be covering some specific parts of that, specifically status weaving, wands, and some of the community questions surrounding it.
Community.
Yep. And if you like any of these types of topics and you find them interesting, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to see when we post or go live, you could always see us on Twitter. Although sometimes I am totally late with posting that we're live.
Sorry, it happens. Sometimes we're late going live. So there's that too.
Yes. Sure.
Like, I don't know, today.
Whoops. But hey, Emma Crackers, thank you. I did put out a poll. It looks like everybody basically said whenever worked for us, because I asked if they prefer us streaming on Friday. So I guess that's a big no, but that's okay. Basically, we usually made it more easily finding people on our podcast on Fridays because it was the weekend. People had a lot more free time. Nobody had to get up for work the next day, especially those of you across the pond. And also, we were able to spend some more time with you guys post-show and chit-chat. So, Virtek, do you want to chit-chat about some of our plans going forward? Let's soften it up.
Yeah, bear with me real quick here. I'm actually going to, because I forgot, I'm going to go ahead and hop into Discord and be ready because, you know, we do open this up to people to join us in Discord as long as you are friends of the tavern already. We've gotten to know you a little bit and gotten to know that, you know, you're not going to do crazy stuff as soon as you get in voice chat.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know so far we are still in trying to figure it out and iron it out, but we're looking at doing the live stream podcast portion where we have a guest on and everything on Fridays, and then do the tavern talk on Tuesdays, and probably do a mead quest on Mondays. You know, get all the oh, what's the word? We have the same letter at the beginning of all the
alliteration.
Yeah, getting all the alliteration going. Just not sure how Fridays works out on that.
I was saying, thank God it's Friday. TGF Fridays.
There you go. Fun Friend Fridays.
Oh,
yeah,
sure. We could do that too.
No. I was just trying to get another alliteration for it is all.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think you were pondering doing another night in the week, right?
I haven't figured out which one yet, especially because I have a new work-life balance I'm figuring out, but I will keep you guys updated. It could be Saturdays, because then I could always read over to Tangents of Creation because they do their podcast on Saturdays. So it's one of those things I'm still trying to like figure out the logistics, basically.
Yeah, take it from somebody who doesn't allow himself much work-life balance. It's probably a good thing to go ahead and try and keep as much of it as possible.
Yeah. Aberrat, thank you.
Aberrat.
I would cheers, but I did not prepare anything for this tavern talk on this Friday.
Cheers. I'll do it.
5. Thank you. I appreciate that. Love you too, Aberrat. I'm so glad you guys are here. By the way, I just want to say yes, this year we hit our 5-year anniversary, but we have had the blessing of having such a wonderful community support us in these 5 years. And it's been very fun to grow with you and see where we were going. And a lot of you mentioned that you missed us doing IRL stuff instead of our VTuber things. So, you know, we appreciate the support, whether you watch our videos on YouTube, you subscribe or give out subscriptions, or you come and chit chat with us live, or all the above. Honestly, every view, every chat, it's really it fuels us with like excitement and just Ash's chat. It's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Alexia, thank you.
Alexia,
100
thank you.
bits.
Oh, that's super nice, Aberrant. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there because that makes me feel happy.
Aw. Oh yeah, that's right. You got it right on yours. I didn't bring it over. Aberrant says because of how wonderful you guys are, hopeful and honest. Love you guys.
So much. It means a lot.
Yes, thank you. We always try to keep a positive and what do you call it? Upbeat view on stuff. I think that, you know, it can be really easy to lose your patience. A lot of us have been waiting since 2017. It can be really easy to get impatient and, you know, lose hope, lose excitement for this game. But yeah. Aww.
Yeah.
Aberrat, thank you. But yeah. Oh, Pockets redeemed first.
Snuck right in there.
Welcome in, Pockets.
I see that. We found the rogue.
We did find the rogue. Oh, wait, quick aside, can I share something real quick?
I suppose so.
Okay, so this is from Undead Polly, who a lot of you have known made our fan art of our 2 characters for Ashes. And she just finished her Renkai Fighter for her Ashes of Creation class series. And here's a link to that photo. It's looking really awesome. I love the texturing on this. It's really cool. And it says, say hello to my little friend. Whoosh. Hashtag spin to win. Do not rush the journey. Enjoy every mile, or KM for normal peeps. For normal peeps. There's no kilometers here. Are you calling us not normal? I suppose normal is subjective.
It is. All right, let me see if I can actually get that pulled in here. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, right? Isn't it cool? I just wanted to shout that out because that I saw a sneak peek of her trying to draw that. She shared like an outline of that. I want to say 6 days ago, maybe. And I was really excited because I hadn't really seen her do any art for a little while, you know. So very happy. Different. I like that. It is. Hi, Undead Valley.
Hello there.
It is you.
Speak of the devil, and she shall appear.
We are literally about to put your art up on the screen, so I have summoned you on accident.
Yeah, I'm literally right now trying to add it because I realized that I have not added a monitor share.
Are we fighting over Pally art right now?
There's not much better to fight about, and I love how the mage was sitting bubbled right on top of the hill there. That was great.
That was perfect.
Thanks.
Chibi's Dark Circle summons. I mean, clearly I'm a cleric summoner, so hi, Garthimily, welcome in. Hack deactivated. But yeah, a lot of you are probably expecting Virtek to have been doing his mead quest tonight. He is moving that to Mondays, so it'll be Monday mead quest. Start off with the week is hard enough on a Monday. May as well have a nice relaxing night.
Precisely.
And then what better time to hang out on Fridays than a long hangout where we can chit chat Ashes and then hang out with you guys. And I was also thinking, let me know what you think of this. I was thinking our post podcast chit chat could include things like Ashes talking and our personal life, like things we're gonna do. Like for example, tomorrow is Star Wars Day. And Pockets Art, congratulations on being the champion of the hill. So let us know what you're doing for Star Wars Day. But we are actually going to tour a hotel, so that's gonna be very fun.
Yeah. All right. I am just so you know, I'm gonna have to cover us up just because of the format of this, and I want it to be able to show because it's tall and not wide.
Okay, gotcha. Pockets, thank you. By the way,
so
we
much.
owe them 2 spins at this point.
Ooh,
because
spins.
of Abarat's previous. It will be a total of 10 gift subs, and then we're I think at like 12 total between I think somebody else subscribed previously. So yeah, 12 out of 15. Every 5 we're doing a spin, so I've got 2 on the books. So time flies for sure. Thanks for sharing, of course. Thanks for the art. It's awesome.
He is a tall boy. Ren boy is tall Kai.
Sorry, he's tall boy. Yeah, tall Kai. I like it. But yes, tomorrow's May 4th, and we're actually going to be spending this weekend getting together the Guild Summit sometime this month. Now that Virtek is back, can you ask a question? I mean, technically that's a question, but yes. Just for the smart ass.
Your question has been asked.
But yeah, go for it. Always ask a question. No questions are allowed. I don't see. Oh, wow. I'm glad that the chat's with me on that one. Looks awesome. I agree, Garcimile. It's by Enda Pelli. Are you as excited today about the game as you were when you first got involved? Ooh, that is a great question. Yes. Yes, I am. It has gotten better. It's aged like fine wine, one might say.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same. I would say the same. I'm just as excited. I will say that I've realized more that some components of it are not exactly made for my gaming style.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that's a thing. That's a thing. There's not really any game I've played. Well, there's one game I've played before that was exactly my playing style, like beginning to end. But
yeah,
WildStar shall not be named, even though I just named it.
I would say though, because Abarat says I know you guys have some PvP concerns. And I will say, like, while my excitement for the game is still strong, there are different aspects that I have concerns. Like, initially, my concern was, is this doable because I'm backing on Kickstarter? And now my concern is, will I enjoy this once this is done? And how much will I enjoy it?
Yeah, WildStar got vaporized.
Yeah, WildStar went poof.
Yeah, that's the exact thing. Like, no matter what gripes we've had, we're both still very excited for it to come out. We're both still very much eagerly awaiting to see what we can do with our tavern and just enjoy the world of Vera from day one. Like, seriously, we're entering a game at day one when it gets launched, and that's going to be amazing. Yeah.
And Virtek used to play WildStar a lot, and Undead Pelli is asking why it died. And Bochi is saying not enough money being made. But yeah, Virtek, I feel like, has more of the community answer on that. Nuclear, welcome in, Nuki. Hey, Chibi. Hey, Techie. It's Nuki.
Yeah, Pally, it started out very, very hardcore. Just getting yourself attuned to be able to go to the first raid. The majority of the population could not do it in the first month. And they got really sad about it. Actually, I think the first 2 months, the majority of the population could not get attuned to the first raid.
Yeah. I love being there from the day one thing. Yeah, exactly. I hate them, but they want a household. Bochi. That comes from a very long and old question lining from Z whenever I said, hey, I have an announcement, and everybody thinks it's a bun in the oven.
That was Z's question every single time we said we have an announcement.
Yeah. Are you preggers? No.
Yeah.
Avrat says, what are your goals in Ashes? What guild have you joined? And why does that guild help fulfill your goals? Also, that's like 7 questions.
Oh, that is a couple.
So what are your goals in Ashes? Virtek, do you have any personal, like, besides channel goals? Because we can share channel goals after that. But personally, do you have any goals for Ashes?
Oh, there's Fupo filling in the Z roll. There it is.
no, Fupo, there's not.
But okay, so my goals in Ashes, honestly, in the end, is really just to have fun. Yeah, exactly. What he said it exactly as I went to say it, or he typed it out and hit the enter button right as I said it. Like, have fun. That's really the main goal. Like, and that's why I'm not terribly concerned about the concerns I have, if that makes sense. Because there's going to be more than one way to enjoy the game, you know. And if I have some concerns and they turn out valid after all playtesting and balancing is done, which is a big key factor, right? Then at that point, there's more than one thing I can do, and as long as I can have fun in the game, I'll be happy. But yeah, key goals are to have a freehold as often as possible. That's probably the number one.
That's also a shared goal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Always have the Golden Feather Tavern in game. That's probably the number one, and then everything else beyond that is going to be secondary.
So, separate from Virtek, I actually have some personal goals for Ashes, and my personal goals are to be a really, like, one of the go-to alchemists, I hope. And to be like, probably not like the best healer, but like pretty decent healing. That's my goal. So like I always try to push myself to be as best of a healer as I possibly can. I'm kind of semi-hardcore in that. Like, I like to push myself and challenge myself in these ways, but I also love crafting. So that's why I'm like, ooh, I want to try and make, like, you know, all the things with alchemy. I want to learn all the alchemy stuff and maybe become a master alchemist. But yeah, as a channel goal, I do agree the Golden Feather Tavern as a freehold thing. But Virtek is probably going to be the one that gets that, because I'm not interested in speedrunning at all.
Yeah.
I totally intend to take my time and enjoy the game. And that's where Virtek and I differ, because granted, yes, there is the level 50 requirement for that. And because of that, I think he if TGF doesn't actually exist in the game, I'm gonna riot. I like that. And I agree, Aberrat, which is why it sucks that help carry us brainless GPS. Which is why I like value, and it kind of sucks that they're putting everything at like end game, because inadvertently they are accidentally forcing people to like, you know, speed level just to get to that end game stuff. Fridays are back. Yes, Fridays are back.
And that's a thing that is unfortunately going to exist in a lot of different ways. Like, honestly, just when you really think about it, most of the big things are going to be end game. Like, leveling is going to be a journey and whatnot. No matter what they put in the way, though, you're not going to get into a metropolis until probably a lot of people are level 50. But you're going to be able to get bigger and better experience towards a node by being higher level and being able to blast through stuff easier. So in my opinion anyway, it's going to end up being whoever's trying to aim for Metropolis and decide where Metropolis is, they're also going to be speed running to the level 50 and just pushing through everything.
Oh, I thought we had a command.
Oh, I thought we did too. Oh, let me go ahead and actually get rid of this image since I've minimized it.
I was gonna say we can see like all of your
all of my everything,
all of your screen for the Twitter page, but it's really tiny. Yeah, unfortunately the Nexus command didn't work, and I don't really know why. But to go on to the next question, Nexus is the guild that we've decided to join. A lot of people ask us like, hey, are you guys gonna have your own guild? I really appreciate people that can run a guild like Jamie and other people. However, with with running the tavern and everything that I want to do, everything we want to do with the tavern, I also don't have time to run an entire guild. So I'm just happy to be a part of a guild.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Nexus has done great. I
Yeah.
mean, as a podcast and content creator, we don't necessarily push one guild over another because we're trying to both in-game and out-of-game be a nice little neutral space where anyone's welcome as long as you're not causing a problem.
Yeah.
Almost like a pirates tavern, no man's land type thing.
Pirates tavern.
Everybody violently enforces non-violence.
Yeah, and we've had numerous guilds on. In fact, we are preparing to do a guild summit this month. It was supposed to be last month, but it was, let's just say last month was busy. But as soon as we get the guilds together, I will let you know exactly when that's going to be, because it's going to be determined on when they're free. Basically, we're going to be putting out, by the way, please keep an eye on the Discord. We're going to be putting out a little bit of a survey for you guys based on what happened last summit. But the idea is either one group of 6 people or 2 groups of 6 people. And I kind of was trying to do 2 separate groups, one earlier in the day for our people across the pond and one later in the day for the people in the US. But the summit's going to be about like what people want out of Ashes of Creation as a guild, and like just talking about guild topics for Ashes of Creation and different things that guilds might face as a challenge or not a challenge, like what benefits Ashes might bring to guilds, etc. And we let our guests bring the topics for those. So you guys are welcome to suggest topic ideas, especially our subscribers. We will definitely present that to them if they would like to choose from those list of things. But it's not a spoiler. It's just we don't have anything in stone yet. That's what Virtek and I are going to be spending this weekend doing, is confirming stuff. I have reached out to a couple of people, but some of them either couldn't make it, but that was also for the April date. So yeah. But as far as what our guild is doing for us in terms of our goals, our guild is, like, I'm sure Zara would be happy to talk more about this with the guild summit thing, because I think part of the question I'm thinking of asking is like, are you going for a large guild or a small guild? Because they have their different perks. Ours are medium-ish, small to medium, and basically the goal is to be a tight-knit community where we kind of understand how each other play. And it's one of those, I think, somebody said it really well, is that there's going to be a lot of working together. Hi Strauss, welcome in. There's gonna be a lot of working together in this game, and that grouping up together with other people to get stuff done is going to be really big part of getting through Ashes. And so being able to have that within our guild is going to be like really awesome. And I think that's ultimately going back to your initial question, like, hey, are you guys still excited for Ashes? Because of my guild, yes. We'll move Vera and his moons to make it so. Aw, I love that answer. But yes, Undead Pally, I hope you end up joining us as well on the server. I hope our guilds will be on the same server. How are all the CC handling that?
Oh man.
They like the idea of being on the same server, but also at the same time probably hoping not to be on the same server as much as they wish they could be.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, we really, really would love to play on the same server as all of our friends and everything, but we also know that there's a bunch of content creators that are going to have their own guild, and so they're going to have their own goals and this and that, which means that we could end up having to fight them with like node sieges, and that's a friendship breaker right there sometimes. I'm pretty sure.
Also, I mean, Z killed me like a couple of times, so
Z's lethal. You just have to accept that about life when she's around. Like, and if she's in the game, you're not winning unless you're on her team.
Right. And so I think so is Dante, because Dante was like during Alpha 1, like collecting all of our stuff off of our dead bodies.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Dante was crazy. He was just running around. We were running around as a party, just adventuring around. And the guy's running around grabbing everybody's drops that hit the ground, like collecting a bag full of stuff. Say, oh, you need this? I have some.
Every
have some, of
stab is
course
with
you do.
love, exactly. We're stickle friends.
Mhm.
Actually, I was just like casually listening to Jamie streaming the other day, and he goes, "Yeah, anytime I see somebody's name and it's red, I don't even think. I just attack them." I was like, "Great, I know who I'm avoiding."
Duck and cover.
I don't think I'll want to manage a freehold, but I'll join someone's freehold that wants extra hand sending animal husbandry farm melt. So it was, aw, well, I know a couple of people that are trying to do animal husbandry, so I'll definitely refer you as a farmhand. Lupa says, I promise if I kill you in A2, I'll be polite and leave a nice little flower on your ash pile. Aw. This is all for testing. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be on a...
Oh,
yeah, we're
ahead,
definitely
sorry.
going to be in a Headstart server there, Bochi. And definitely East Coast. I believe the guild's playing the East Coast. But I do know we're going to be on a Headstart.
You know what? I want to get Vladis on for a little bit of a drama drama topic.
Uh-oh.
So
Is that what he's talking
Vladis
about?
does not like the Headstart server idea.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I kind of want to dig into that. Like, why don't you like it versus like, why do you like it? And I think that would be an interesting topic to have.
Yeah. You know, it's really interesting. And I'm sure many of you out there can agree, especially with content creators, just looking at some of the things that they really like and some of the things they really don't, and how you wouldn't expect to hear both sides from the same person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just the varied opinions. It's super interesting.
Vladis is with the youngest, so his wife is back. Okay. I'm not necessarily talking about tonight. I'm just talking about in general. No issues with Headstart server, but I won't play on it. Yeah, and that's the other thing is like, I get if you're not like super into it, but like you also have the option to not play on it in general.
Gruntag.
Yeah, happy to see you, Gruntag. I'm so curious how that works as a processor. Does a freehold owner sacrifice if they don't specialize in their specific processing? Does it dilute the reward? You know, that's a good question. Can't wait to see more of that. But Chivalry's not dead. I saw throw roses at you and the corpse. You leave dear night. Annie, hi. How are you? Welcome in.
Hello, Annie.
How goes it so the day? Guilds can't all start together if they choose to play on. Yeah, that's fair. Depending on what the owner decides to spec into. So make sure to get what I want out of the freehold I join. Like make sure we are on the same page. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm a lumber smelter. If I have lumber smelt freehold, is it better? It's a good question. I honestly can't wait for them to delve a little bit more into all of those. Annie, what are you playing? Oh my gosh. Bochi, thank you for giving Annie a sub. Taking a break from packing to creep on everyone's show. Oh yeah, I feel that. I hope the move goes well. Congratulations, by the way. I was so excited to hear that. And also, secondary congratulations on being a part of the AMA. I cannot wait to watch that next Friday. I'm so excited. So yeah, I miss having you guys around. It's awesome talking to you every single time.
That's gonna be great.
Super excited. Yeah.
So they're gonna have an AMA on Friday, and then we're gonna have our show on Friday, and we're gonna be talking about an AMA.
Yes. You think Jamie will give Annie a question though? What do you mean by that, Pocket? Hold on. Let me.
Oh, there's never enough time, Annie. Never.
Yeah. If you want, though, I can try to hop into your Discord server a little bit more. I know that you guys sometimes chat in there. I can come to you if that makes it easier. I'd be happy to. Chibi in chat. Can you explain? Okay, yeah, I can explain. So basically, not lazy peon, which I bet people could probably misunderstand peon for lazy peon, but I don't like saying his username because it's like so awkward.
I'll pee on you.
It said that he doesn't like when clerics are able to stand up for themselves and take on, like, let's say, a fighter. And I have the opposite opinion. So I was just meaning I was trying to be respectful of his opinion, even though I felt very passionate about that. So yeah. Oh yeah. So
You could say I have a potty mouth.
Work.
Work.
These videos 4 years ago, so got me into Ashes. Yeah, same Gruntag, same. Actually, 2017 was when I got onto it. Both you and Piano super chill. Oh, thank you. But yeah, when we were on it, when I was on it, unfortunately Virtek couldn't ask any questions either. So I'm assuming it's the same with Jamie being on. Annie wouldn't be able to ask any questions. Cleric's home is in my pockets. If they're off running around fighting fighters, they're no longer in my pocket. That is bad.
It is bad, yes?
Yes. It is bad.
Agreed. Unless
Annie
you take whose idea was it? Was it Nair? Was it Nair that said you should be my little turret?
Yeah, little turret.
Backpack turret. Yeah, Chibi's gonna be my backpack turret cleric.
Yeah.
It's required to do damage to be able to heal better.
Fan art. I still want to get fan art of that, me being on your shoulders, like just pew pew pew, like little like light bulbs. Radiant balls of light. It's not even an Asha skill, but I'm gonna pretend it is.
Hey, you never know. We haven't seen everything yet.
True. Shoulder riding cleric bard, yeah, for sure. Like every man. Hot work and small elf shooting lasers on top. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't heard though, yeah, so the AMA is next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're very excited. I believe actually I am off next Friday, so I was also kind of considering maybe doing a live stream react or a live stream chit-chat with it.
Okay.
We'll see what the day brings, because I literally have not tried ever doing that ever, because I'm usually busy whenever they go live react. You guys want that? I'll do it. I'll do it. But I'm really excited. We have some great people on this year. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh.
I know. So predictions. What do you think? Well, actually, people are probably gonna sync up questions, but what do you think the general topic of a lot of the questions are going to be this time around?
That's a good question, because I don't feel like there's any like drama inducing questions this year like there was last year, if you catch my drift. So like it makes it a little bit hard, but yeah, I could totally tell Sunny is gonna probably do something with lore, and I believe Jamie also likes a little bit of lore. And then with Nice-on, there's bound to be PvP. Some PvP questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. Do you have any ideas?
Let's see. So if I had to predict, and by most common, it could very well be that there's only 2 questions about any one topic, right? There could end up being a bunch of questions and only 2 of them come out as the same topic.
And he says Jamie is a lore whore. So yeah, Sunny and Jamie both like lore. Nice is PvP. True, Vladis is into technical systematic, like the skill trees and stuff. So.
So, yeah, I think it might end up being a bard thing.
Ooh, I could see that, especially because we just saw Fighter and Renkai, which we both know are 2 things that Jamie loves.
I think if anything, bard or Bilchi actually, looking at that rogue update, summoner update, bard update, Windows Alpha 2, yeah. Those are the common ones people are going to think of, but I think just looking at the peoples, I don't know. I could see maybe rogue being the question.
Yeah, but those of you guys asking what the drama question was, it was in regards to them selling the cosmetics without being explicit on what the cosmetics were for. And that was one thing that the community kept asking over a period of time. And then I believe it was Sim that asked it last year.
Yeah. I think it was him, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, give me the tool now.
Yeah.
Me too, found him early in my Ashes days. Yeah.
And yeah, nuclear. That's why we had I forget what it was, but there were like 2 questions that people wanted us to ask, but we just kind of had to say like the answer is going to be the same thing they say every time. They're not going to say a different answer. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But there were like 2 of them, and so we just completely passed on asking those.
Undead, not for content creators. It was specifically in the community. Like the community. Like I know Jolan was one of them that were like championing this question. And I honestly feel like that was the beginning of Jolan's downfall within the Ashes community. Before that all happened before the Narc thing. I think the Narc thing kind of just is what was like the final straw.
Yeah. Let's see. By the way, watch y'all's VOD with Ezekiel today. Love the idea y'all talked about the rogues hide and seek in past streams. Yeah. I'm really hoping that's a thing. Even if they start it right now, and we get rogue in like 2 months, but they or 3 months, because then they'll have like 2 months worth of showing it hidden away, right?
Yeah, I think Botry, I think his question is, has that changed? You know, because they can stealth completely in a manner of like, if you look hard enough, you can kind of see through them a little bit and you'll be able to kind of tell something's there. But yeah. And yeah, I mean, Jolan has always been very sweet to us. Like, I'm going to be honest, I think Jolan was a big proponent into why we got to 1K when we did, and brought a lot of you guys to us too, especially early on, because he'd always raid over to us and I would always get like really shy with how many people he would bring. But also our community and our content is very different from his.
Yeah.
At that time. He does still stream, but I don't think he does it for Ashes. That's how you found us? Yeah, I had a feeling, Everett.
Yeah, he's not doing Ashes anymore. And last I'd heard, I feel like a shameful friend because I haven't touched base with him in a while. But last I heard, he wasn't going to be doing Ashes stuff anymore in general.
Yeah.
But you know, time will tell.
Yeah, who's to say? And you know, it's okay. Honestly, like, it sucks to see people leave. I mean, we watched them leave. We watched BCG leave. We've watched Jolan leave, and a few others. Bushi, like, it's been sad seeing people leave, but it's been great seeing new people come. And you know, people like Pockets, people like Undead, people like Annie, people like you know, Hidden Dagger, and like, love seeing new people come in. And I mean, to be fair, this is a very early in progress game. There's a lot of development time on it still in general. And I'm imagining we'll still see like some stuff here and there, you know, as people come and go. Jamie, speak of the devil. We talked to him. He'll probably come back, but doesn't want to bring anyone down by associating with him. But I did invite him on our show with open arms. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good.
And that's what he told us too. Is like, towards the end, he started to a little bit disassociate with us, and he told us as well, like, that he didn't want to drag us down with him. I think the same with BCG, as BCG was taking his step out.
Hey, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, we can convince him to come back, but
yeah,
only time and his decision will tell, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, no ill will. I mean, things happen, you know. People are people. There's bound to be drama where there's people.
Yeah. If you put 2 people together, there's going to be drama.
Yeah, I mean, married couples can tell you that.
Yeah, any 2 people on there, if you put them in a room, and there's going to be bickering.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, Basil, welcome in. Spoiler. Always drama, right? And he's over there trying to save the cute animals while Jamie's over there killing them. So rude.
I mean, Papa needs a new fur coat. But yeah, that's awesome. You reached out to him and let him know there's still people that want to see him come back there, Jamie. Good on you. Good on you.
But yeah, there's a lot, and I'm very excited. Jamie, people are wondering, what are you going to be asking? Do you have any sneak peeks for the curious of minds? She's murdering my breeding stock. Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading that. Was that a question at me or was that a question at everybody else?
I was asking Jamie if he had any sneak peeks on what he's going to be asking, because we have curious of mind. I have them all in my Discord. There you go. There you go. Are any of the creators going to ask about crafting mini games? That's a great question, and welcome in, Bustles.
If anybody does, I would almost put it in maybe Vladis.
True, Vladis is like a systems guy.
I would almost think it would be Vladis if anybody. I mean, I almost say Lore Forge, but I know they're all focused like heavily on lore stuff and whatnot, but I could see them asking about the mini game too.
Yeah,
Nice is gonna have some PvP questions for sure.
Not so much Lenny. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Vladis has his opinions on, like the skill tree and stuff like that. I avoided all will need testing and any values questions, but touched on an array of things. Nice. So one of you were right, because I was like, oh, Jamie's probably going to go into the whole lore thing. And somebody else said that Jamie was going to be the wild card. So
one of Jamie's questions will be win barbarian.
Win barbarian. So like they're gonna have economy questions. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how the secondaries work on that topic of barbarian. Yes.
Yes.
Need barbarian. But yeah.
So hey, out of all the Q&A stuff, because I have been crazy and busy and whatnot, and you have to check out all of the Q&A, and I know you saw it a couple times. What did you think was one of the most interesting questions that were asked and answered in a interesting fashion outside of, we'll see.
For the
Midnight Magic.
I honestly really liked the question on like animal husbandry and resource sinks. Resource sinks. Someone had asked if mounts and animal husbandry intended to have the same resource sinks as other professions, and the answer was yes for the animal husbandry, essentially. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I like how the cleric listened.
Fantastic. And hi, by the way, Gilda Nova Ordum. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I never really asked. Lineker, are you the only one that has that one that logs in on there? Is somebody else log in there? I'm not sure if that's like a shared one or not. Usually not. But I was just curious.
I mean, how they adopted the skill effect to the last spell. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I liked in general was their conversation on, the interactivity of the elements. Oh, by the way, Lineker, I don't know if you saw on the YouTube video, but I believe it was Undead Pally who said that she really liked your jersey.
I really like the jersey. Yeah. I almost want to be a Nova Ordum fan just so I can wear one.
Just for the jersey.
Yeah, just for the jersey.
Welcome in, Lord. But yeah, for a lot of the questions, they were just kind of like touch and go. Like a couple of them were dealing with like mayoral topics, like what stops a player from an enemy node infiltrating the mayoral system, and they're like kind of saying like nothing really, because like that's a plan that you had. We need TGF shirts. I will try to do TGF shirts. Yeah. We're working on it. You would buy one? Okay.
Yeah, Ludoid. You get a shout out and you get a shout out. Everyone gets a shout out. Actually, I think it just shouts out, it does the auto shout out on people that we follow. But yeah, we're looking at merch type stuff. We're just trying to narrow down on specific things. We don't want to do the because we thought about doing the stream elements thing where you just go on there and kind of make some designs and whatnot. And while that would be cool, we would like some stuff that kind of stands out a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
Not that it's like bad to do the stream elements thing. I mean, it's there. It's a tool. It's a great tool and helps people a lot.
Yeah.
But we just have some unique ideas on things we want to do.
Yeah, trying to make sure that it's thought out instead of rushed, So
methodical.
Yeah, methodical. But the other one was like the mayoral politics. Like, can elected mayor give insider info on upcoming commissions? And what prevents them from manipulating it? And essentially the answer was like by orders. The mayor does have the ability to influence purchase costs, but it kind of is dependent on the people, the citizens of that node, to not buy into stuff if they don't like it.
Yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of things
around.
mayors can do. See, that's the interesting thing, right? With both of those questions,
Sorry.
What I missed?
Oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you for that tip. I'll look into it. Lloyd says I like the idea that he's just like, well, yeah, they can manipulate it.
Ooh, thank you for that tip there, Annie. Spreadshirt, the designs wore off after a few washes. That's good to know. There's definitely always a quality difference with different manufacturers and whatnot. They'll print it on with like a cheap adhesive and like plastic, and it'll just peel.
I would like to try to find a place where we can get some control samples so we can try them ourselves. So that way we know what the quality is like before we sell them like across, like open them up.
Yeah.
Streamlabs is also met. That's good to know. That's really good to know. But Spring Tea, that I'll look into that. Have there been updates on the content creator program? No. All I know as of now is that she mentioned it would be before Alpha 2. So okay, cool, Annie. Streamlabs is good for we're also talking about like Streamlabs for, well, I don't know about Stream. I was talking about Stream Elements earlier. But we're talking about like Stream Elements at least as well has a merch store that you can create merch through. I think Streamlabs has it too. Soon team,
Yeah. The CC program is supposed to be announced before Alpha 2, but they never said exactly how long before. So it could end up being, a month or a week or 2 months.
Spring tea has been good. I'd love to do screen printing, but the overhead is probably a bit much. Yeah, unless you're doing it yourself. Especially for large orders, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've done screen printing, but it's also a big pain in the neck too. Really hard to do and do it well.
They didn't. Yeah.
Screen printed as an extracurricular activity in one of my classes in high school.
I was gonna say I wanted to learn how to do screen printing when I was younger, but I never really pursued it. But
and yeah, Fubo, that's a good point there. Let's see. So what's this one I see? Will open world dungeons have a negative feedback loop for those that are carrying other people? So
Yeah.
generally,
Basically, one. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Basically, someone was asking if like there's going to be some sort of like a negative reaction for somebody trying to buy like dungeon runs, like through the open world dungeons.
Okay. So
that's awesome.
There's the level disparity mechanic. Anyone outside of 9 to 10 levels from the highest level person won't get experience. Encounter experience.
Oh, that was you? Oh, perfect. I didn't catch the name of who asked it or if they announced that person because I was like working at the same time, so I was like speed typing over here. I loved the updated skybox. I think it's really pretty, Annie. Went to sell RFC runs, 2 gold.
2 gold. Yeah, Skybox was great. I was having trouble putting into words how I think it's going to be nifty for Constellations. I still kind of am, just because I haven't, or I don't recall seeing a game that had anything to do with the sky, referencing anything at all, where the sky would actually move on its own outside of the world. And so I think...
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, I think that leaves a lot of room for them to do kind of whatever they want to with it, because there's nothing saying that the world is going to be spinning or working like Earth in general. So it could literally be like kind of a wobbly sky when it's rotating around every which way. They could make it move however they want to, and it would just need to be normalized going forward is all.
And Abrad's asking how will Constellations impact gameplay? Do we have any ideas?
I wish we knew. There were some things that they've said, but he hasn't really nailed down anything specifically.
Anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, it could be some things like this or maybe like that, and it's kind of a lot of conjecture. We just know that there's going to be a system in there that references constellations. Yeah.
But the skybox allows the constellations to move just like they do in the current, like our real life night sky. I think that's really, really cool. It makes it so you can't be like, oh, I know exactly where it's at, and just like look directly for it. You have to like look around for like where it might be now. Imagine we all look at constellations for a specific boss fight. Someone had the theory craft of it being, and we talked about this on Tuesday. Someone had the theory craft of it being like the way to unlock or show you where dungeons are, maybe like hidden dungeons. The Tetris inventory.
So here you go. Let me pull up actually an example since you're asking there, Abarat. Bear with me one moment. Because there's in the wiki, they pull all the quotes and everything, right? And some of the statements are in there. There's a really long one digging in there, but the general summation of it is that constellations are relevant across many game systems and ashes of creation. And some options or some items that are listed in there are things like narrative, relics for acquiring relics for nodes, empowering certain abilities or items, a subject of study and worship by the Vec, exploration. And one of the really neat things that I could find that they could do with it would be some world bosses. How neat would it be if one didn't have a necessarily a timer for appearing, so much as when the constellations align in a specific manner is when they respawn if they're not already out there.
Right.
And in case there's anybody who missed it, this right here is actually a screenshot that they took from I think it was the cleric one, right? Because they did like cleric in the sky.
Yeah, there was
the two things we were talking about, or cleric and constellations.
It was like drawing the outline in the sky for the constellation. Yeah,
Stephen was looking around through the sky, and when he alighted upon this constellation, it like all the stars got brighter and it outlined the actual design of the constellation around them.
Yeah, I like that though too. I think that's a pretty cool way of doing it. I am very excited to see how it interplays. So if I had thought to ask a question of my own, that'd probably be my question. what does the constellation have to do with stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as someone else mentioned, it might provide a temp group or solo buff. I think that's a cool idea too. Never know. I also wonder if it comes down to who you are, if you're partaking in the religious system, who you are following in the religious system, and maybe what race you are. Zach.
Now here's potentially a contentious option. What if discovering all of the constellations gave you like a 5% speed buff? Like
That's crazy.
running through the world.
Huh.
Because you can find your way better if you know what the night sky looks like, right? If you don't have a compass or anything, you can find your way through forests and through the woods better. So what if you had a 5% speed buff, like running around the world, like the open world areas?
Yeah. Pocket Sources makes me think about a class in the Old Rifts or Palladium RPG where they had tattoos. They could just touch the tattoo and gain a buff or a power. That's like the D&D tattoos, right? Navigation buff, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Definitely a navigation type buff for when you're out at sea. Maybe if they don't plan on putting any kind of a compass in the game normally for people, but you can gain a compass while you're out at sea if you have discovered all of the constellations.
Aw, okay, Pocket Sight. What if they gave buffs to your ability to survey? I like that idea too. Like during this time of the year, this constellation is typically on this part of Vera, and when that constellation is on that part of Vera, this insert gatherable typically grows, like moonflower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. D&D is a devil. Or what if they were all different and you had to look for them based upon what you want? Yeah. And I have a feeling it's more like that, Abrat. Gotta head out. Thanks for streaming fun. Of course, Undead. And of course for the share. Happy.
Thanks for stopping in, Pally. You have yourself
Where
a great night.
the cheetahs?
Dead alewives. Oh lordy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh lordy.
But yeah, going back to what you were talking about with the dungeon runs, is like they basically said that anybody who's 9 to 10 levels outside of the highest level person in the group will not get XP.
I really still hope with all of my being, every last fiber of my being, that there's a really good mentor system that because it's going to take you 900 years to get to level 50. If you're going to invite a friend in to play, there should be some way for you to be able to play with them and help them experience the multiplayer life in this you absolutely must work with other people game without creating a whole new character. And then you invite 8 friends, and so you have to create a brand new character 8 times, and you only get to level 10 because you only quest with them for 1 day or 2 days, and you're like, I'm done with this, man. I can't do this again.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go the rest of the way on your own. I got you started though.
Aw, Annie. I like that. That's cute. I want my character to age as slow as I do.
You know what's funny? There was a game at one point that was supposed to come out, and I can't remember if it ever did, but it was supposed to be like your character does age through the game like very slowly.
Yeah.
But age also affected a whole lot of other stuff, like how much health you had, and you could get hurt easier when you were really young and then really old, but you would recover faster when you're young. And you could get married and you could make babies, and then somebody, when they go to start the game brand new, could take over your child as their character and start playing the game.
This is The Sims MMORPG.
That's basically what it was. Yeah, it's basically what it was. And I don't know if it ever even took off at all, but it sounded like an interesting concept, except there was permadeath. Like when your character died, it was gone. The end.
Sprinkle in a little bit of Tangled, and suddenly you have this magical girl that can sing you back to youth.
Yeah. Oh, Lowdy. Oh, Lowdy. Yeah, it sounded like it'd be an interesting concept. I lost track of it because when I had read about it, it was still fairly early on. And
yeah,
I can't remember what happened, what game was coming out, but there was another game that came out and I started playing that and lost track of it completely.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I figured, I'll hear it when it launches,
like
right?
Yeah. Yo, girl, I'm much older than I look. Give me time. I had a huge discussion about vertical progression when it comes to gearing. Do you have any thoughts, like how each World of Warcraft Lost Ark expansion is just getting better gear, item level? And we've talked about this a lot on the show recently. It was actually one of the things that was brought up in the Q&A as well, is that horizontal leveling and progression. But Virtek, what was your thought?
Vertical progression. I like the idea. I really do like the idea of games doing like horizontal progression, but I've never played one in a long term enough to be able to say that I would truly enjoy it. I like the idea of it though. Because vertical progression, like every time a new expansion comes out, like I want to feel like outside of the story, I need to still keep doing this stuff, and that I'm getting more powerful or I'm getting some kind of gain out of it outside of just I got new gear, yay. Because also if you need to get one type of gear in order to really easily complete the next tier that comes out, like you have a fire expansion right now and then there's going to be an ice expansion, right?
Yeah.
And so you need to get all the fire gear in order to really succeed in the ice areas. And if you don't, you're going to be very seriously hindered or unable to do it. Well, how is that different than just doing a power creep? So it's just, at least the power creep to me kind of, it feels normal, but at the same time, that horizontal progression of you have to get this gear in order to do whatever, it makes sense. But I haven't played a game that actually did that in the long term. Like I played Guild Wars 2 up to max level and then I tapped out.
Yeah. To try and answer the question that you had about the difference between horizontal and vertical progression, I grabbed this off of one of not our Reddit but True Gaming Reddit, and this was asked about 9 or 10 years ago, and the answer comes from a user named Canthon, who says, it's pretty easy question to answer. Vertical progression is progression where the player character becomes more powerful over time. Think advancing through raid tiers, gaining new and more powerful equipment in World of Warcraft. Horizontal progression is progression without necessarily becoming more powerful, instead having more options available. In EVE Online, that's a hard cap to the amount of skills that can affect a certain type of ship. So a relatively new player may have just as many skills for flying frigate, I'm not sure what that is, X, as a veteran player, but the veteran player may also be fully skilled in the equally powerful frigate, Y. So the veteran player isn't inherently more powerful than the new player when it comes to frigates. The veteran player just has more options available.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you're going to have people coming in that are really struggling to try to catch up to everybody. And the only way I can really see it being truly dynamic feeling to the people playing for a long period of time, while also making it not absolutely suck for new people to jump in and catch up for the most part, is to do the character level and power rise and then just squish it once in a while. Or every single expansion, keep the max level at like 50, right? Or even the actual power level that you have as a player the same. But then when an expansion comes out, your power level is reduced down to like level 45 worth, right? And then so you need to build up some experience in order to get that power back, because you're going to feel weaker against everything.
You played Final Fantasy 11. Someone named Gavlin Wheel is saying Final Fantasy 11 was a good example or a great example of horizontal progression. How did that feel for you?
I don't know. I quit after a month.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. I played it for a month and I got absolutely tired of having to run on my own 2 feet everywhere and it taking literally an hour to get to a quest, complete it, and get back to town, because I only had a handful of quests, and the next one that I had to do was just run for quite literally 25 minutes, out to the quest, complete the quest, run for 25 minutes back, turn that quest in, and then I got sent right back to that place. And it took me like a month, and I was still doing that. And I said, no, I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to see if horizontal or vertical was the type of progression that Horizon Zero Dawn had, but I'm struggling to find that like direct answer.
It was
OG running simulator, basically.
Yeah, that's what you'll have with Ashes in theory, because you're not going to have mounts, Valentine. But the question is mainly, are the quests going to be a literal 25-minute run to go do it? And then you have that one quest, and then you have to run back to town for 25 minutes just to get sent back to the same place. I don't think Intrepid's going to do that to people. Final Fantasy XI, at least when I played it, they may very well have improved over the years, but when I played it at launch, it was a very slow moving game, like unbearably slow moving game.
You think once you get out there, it will be a grind on mobs? To grind XP.
Possibly.
I can see that.
Possibly. But yeah, I think the thing that to me makes the most sense overall and would feel the best for everybody would be if, let's say it took 250 hours to get to level 50, right? They put out an expansion, they raise the cap to like 55 or 60, and they time it out so that still takes about 250 hours to complete from level 1 to that level. And they reduce your overall power output by about the same amount, so that once you finish getting to that new level, you're roughly the same kind of power you were before. Then they don't even need to really balance any other monsters or anything out in the world, right? You feel weaker to everything, and you have to work to get back up there. I mean, that may not work the greatest, to be honest, because there's still some angles to figure out. But like, you're able to defeat a dungeon boss one day, and then the next day after they launch the expansion, now you can't because you feel weaker. But there could be something like that where it's adjusted over time, and you still get that I'm getting more powerful feeling, while it doesn't take 9 years for someone to catch up after, the game existing for 2 expansions.
Yeah, I'd rather mob grinding than questing personally, with some story questing progression. Okay. Well, that kind of brings me to like one of the questions about the castle NPCs, like what level are they going to be? And Steven has said level 50, maybe 55. What do you think about that?
I mean, that makes sense. That's right, I'm still showing this thing.
Yeah.
That's our show notes. Oh gosh. Careful, guys. Showing all the leaks today. Would love an
enchanting update, yeah.
But
should be 55 plus, yeah.
Leaks.
They're totally not on our link for you to look at what we're talking. Well, what's planned to talk about.
But yeah, I mean, the 55 plus or something like that. To me, it doesn't really matter too much what the dungeon mobs are, as long as they feel difficult without being impossible.
It's not dungeon mobs, it's castle. Yeah.
Castle guards, same thing. Like castle NPCs, dungeon mobs. If you're supposed to kill them, fight them, or whatever. If you're talking about like node guards, if there is an actual like NPC supposed to be protecting a node from being destroyed by random other people PvPing, then I think those should be stronger. But with like castle NPCs, I'm assuming that's supposed to be the castle that you fight against. You have to fight NPCs to take it over. But then once it's taken over by players, it's going to continue to be owned by players, right? The guild castles,
Yeah, guild castle NPCs, but they're still going to be there, probably.
But yeah, as long as they feel like difficult, they're not like a quick re-hit kill and they're out of there, but just something that takes a little bit of time. Maybe not as long as a player, but
yeah,
not absolute trash mobs.
It should be hard to take over a castle, in my opinion. Haven't you seen all those cinematic movies where they're trying to take down a castle and, you know, it takes an army against an army of castle guards? It should be hard. How would you guys feel about the mage summoner ranger being able to choose kill elites, but other archetypes? No.
You know, I was reading that.
Nice is here.
Hey, nice. Welcome on in. How you doing? So, real quick, let me answer that question, and then I'll move on because I have a question for you, nice. So, Sir Enzington was saying with the, you know, how do you guys feel about the mage summoner ranger? You said, heck no. I would be okay with it as long as they also are able to be nuked quicker than other classes. Like if those three were glass cannons, sure. Also nice. Why do you got to ask Care Bear questions? You should ask some stuff about PvP.
Actually, we were over here being like, Nice is probably going to ask about PvP stuff.
Yeah. And then Pockets was like, yep, confirmed. All 5. We called it. We called it.
Called it. But yeah, no, I just said like no because I feel like for like certain classes to be able to choose that, like what does that mean for going against other players like PvP, right? If that's a level 50, 55 plus, you know, it's like why are you able to choose it? Because like that doesn't make much sense.
And sorry, I misquoted Pockets. It was most are PvP related, not all.
I actually threw a curveball for one that seemingly would be PvE oriented. However, I think it's intended for PvP purposes. Give her my Care Bear.
Nice is sneaky. Nice is sneaky.
Nice to see you. That's funny. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what the AMA is going to be all about. I'm excited to hear the answers that we have. I would like to know what's up with the Constellation system. What I usually try and poke once in a while about the CC thing. I'll like reach out to Maggie, and that's why I'm able to tell you guys because she's announced it herself, you know, on stream that they'll announce it before Alpha 2. So it's before Q3, whenever that is officially happening. It's like, hi, long time no see. But you know, as content creators, as people who have been pushing other people into doing content creator stuff, I think that I'm excited to see who they choose and when they're choosing and things like that. Finally made it? Yes. We actually just came back to Friday, so I think maybe that'll help. What feedback do you have for them after doing your own version of that? Oh, our own version of the AM. Wait, let me make sure I understand. Our own version of the AMA or our own version of like the summit? Because like I was on the AMA last year. Oh, our own version of the CC program.
Oh,
that's a good question. Actually, let me think about that for a second. When did he run me on Rust? Oh man, I think maybe just one of mine. PvP, if I recall, not to sound cocky, but I'm good at PvP. PvP is a super important part of my gameplay loop. Yeah, absolutely nice.
Yeah, I'm very mid-tier PvP player.
Hi, what's up? Aren't you streaming?
Hello, and welcome on in.
Not
Raiding
anymore,
with a party
apparently.
of 9. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for the raid.
Holy cow! Welcome in, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the tavern.
We were actually about to go ahead and end the recording for this, which I'm just gonna call it Tavern Talk and leave it at that. And we'll hang out and chit chat a little bit more because I'm liking the conversation. It's the raid train. It is the raid train. Hello, Hellstalker. Welcome in.
Yeah, that was decent timing. So yeah, just so you know, we're gonna be ending the stream, quote unquote.
Yes.
So we're basically gonna be stopping the recording, and that's gonna be all that goes up on YouTube. We are
Yes.
going to be hanging out and staying with you folks, though. So
Hello,
don't
Dalamita.
go anywhere.
Dalamata. Dalamata. Welcome in, Dalamata.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done one of these, so we're kind of out of the rhythm of it.
Yeah. Plus, we have an editor now, so there's a lot of things that are different.
Yeah. Well,
But good night, Zalexia. Thank you guys for being here. Happy to have the stream.
yes, thank you everybody for hanging out here. Thank you for sharing your time with us. It's much appreciated. Thank you for sharing your words with us. That's even more appreciated. We love you all, and you have yourselves a fantastic day and a lovely weekend.
Yes.
And we will catch you next time.
Nice meeting a lot of you too.
Bye.